Hello out there world, good morning, Meerkat and Mongoose conservation friends. It's author the Meerkat man, the Mongoose man, coming to you live right now from the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. And this is Meerkat Magic Moments with the world famous dominant female of the Ungu Lungu Meerkat group, which I've been studying since 2001. This is Speranza Zucchina, and I'm incredibly excited to tell you that she has had babies, and there are at least 3 babies that I have confirmed emerging for the very first time on the 26th of December 2025. I'm currently live streaming from my tablet using mobile data because we are far away from the Meerkatmanchen research base accommodation with the Wi-Fi antenna coverage. I hope wherever you are that you and your family and friends who have been celebrating the festive time are safe. Thank you for joining us this morning. I have been awake since 4 o'clock already, and good morning to you world. Meerkat Magic Moments. You're watching a live meerkat stream of wild and free meerkats waking up. It's unique in the world. A very good morning to you. You're watching a live stream of Meerkat Magic Moments. I'm currently seated a few meters away from the world famous Ungulungu Meerkat group. Please do drop a like, a sub and a share to your friends. Consider joining the channel. I will be updating many live video streams, and you can follow the life story of all the different meerkats. There are baby meerkats right now. I'm excited to tell you all. We may even see them coming up for the very first time this morning, live streaming them to the world, all the way from the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve here in the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. Right now, the dominant female is the weather forecaster. I like to call them that. You can read more about that in my Meerkats book 2016. For those of you out there who have just joined us now, a very warm welcome to you. Yes, you are not watching a rerun, you are not watching an edited video. This is a live, unedited wildlife documentary right now, just after sunrise. For those of you who are up early this morning or late, depending on where you are in the world, let me just give you an idea of where we are without getting too revealing about the location. As you can see, I'm seated out here in a very, very remote location just after sunrise. And there's the world famous dominant female of the Ungulungu Meerkat group. You may have seen my work with BMW International back in 2010. BMW Unscripted with Mongoose Magic Moments and Meerkat Magic Moments. For all our friends and supporters around the world, thank you for your patronage. Thank you for joining the channel, liking and subscribing and sharing. It means a huge amount to the channel. We are nearly on 1.8 million views for our conservation work. Getting back to Meerkat Magic Moments, what's happening right now. The dominant female is the weather forecaster. Stick around because, again, I don't know what's going to happen next, except we could see babies coming up for the first live stream of them ever on this beautiful 27th of December, 2025. Yes, it really is author the Meerkat Man here. Although I usually only give you edited videos or unedited videos from my work since 1993, I'm extremely excited to share this with you today, as it is the very first live stream I've ever done in this remote location of the Ungulungu Meerkat group. Thank you for your likes. I really appreciate that out there, my friends. For those who have just joined this live stream, a very big welcome to you. As you can tell, it's the man behind the hand. Here I am, sitting, watching the world famous Ungulungu Meerkat group right now. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you're well. Please drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. We've got supporters around the globe. I've been watching my work since 1993 with the BBC, National Geographic and Discovery Channel. And of course, you can pick up a copy of my Meerkats book, which was published internationally, released simultaneously in Australia, New Zealand, and Britain in 2016. Meerkats by the Meerkat Man. But yeah, you see it for yourself. Neuro-linguistic programming. There are playlists about this that I've put on the channel. Please do have a look, watch them at your leisure. I explain it in great detail. What I have just done is a displacement reassurance I've used with chimpanzee in Kibale Rainforest, Uganda, back in 1997 already. And of course with banded mongoose, mongoose species in the Queen Elizabeth National Park, just outside the Katunguru village, surrounded by the incredibly beautiful Ruwenzoris, the mountain range there, the Kazinga Channel. All right, what's happening right now? Of course, this is an unedited wildlife stream, as you can see. Welcome to everybody who's just joined the stream. I'll continue to give you little bits of update as I explain what's happening. Now we've got the weather forecaster, the dominant female of the Ungulungu Meerkat group, Speranza Zucchina. A big shout out to you, Alessia Torchini in Italy, for the name. She's one of our greatest sponsors of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project and has naming rights. However, there's a new generation of babies that we might see coming up today for the very first time. I saw them yesterday afternoon on the 26th of December. And that's why I'm keeping my distance of a few extra meters today, because of course the babies have never seen humans. And of course, these are wild animals. You're not watching zoo meerkats or tame fed animals. These are the real deal here in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve. I've worked in the Kalahari Desert for 7 years, setting up the research project with Cambridge University Mammal Research Institute as well, in the University of Pretoria, South Africa, MRI, and that's LARG, L-A-R-G, in Britain, Cambridge, Large Animal Research Group. A big shout out to you, Professor Tim Cluttenbrock, if you're ever going to see this, or you may be watching it now. It's been my great honor and privilege to work with you and all our other scientists around the world. Sir David Attenborough has visited our site and worked in the Kalahari Desert as well. There are so many different presenters I've met. Nigel Marvin, hello to you as well. The film we did with Discovery Channel, Meerkat Adventure. Simon King from the BBC, Meerkats, The Natural World. again filming in the Kalahari Desert, but nothing like this live stream right now. Hello everybody, it's great to have you with us this morning on this live stream from the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve. Let's zoom in slightly here as we watch our beautiful weather forecaster, Speranza. Speranza is Italian for hope. Please do let me know where you're watching from in the comments, and I do appreciate the likes and subscribes and support. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please tell a friend. It is a live stream. Let's see how many people we can get watching this around the world. You are now part of history, by the way, if you didn't know this. You are part of one of the first live streams ever done on wild and free meerkats. If I see there's an interest in this, I will be adding it more often. Of course, it is a private location. It is closed to the public. I don't take any visitors except sponsors on special request. So you're getting to see the behind the scenes in science right now with myself, the man behind the hand. You'll hear some repetition from me, and that's because we're getting different viewers dropping in and out of our video stream constantly. It's an exciting moment for conservation to be able to share this with you. In the Kalahari Desert back in 1993, there was no such thing as internet live streaming. I hope to get IP cameras at all the different wildlife hotels. And in case you're wondering, yes, anybody out there, Trump Hotel, the Ritz, wherever you might be, Sheraton, this is a wildlife hotel. And I can tell you now, it's far older than any other hotels humans have built in this area, or anywhere you may be from. These hotels could be hundreds and hundreds of years old, and they're shared by many different inhabitants. This is only one of the inhabitants we're watching right now. Thank you everybody for your likes and subs and shares. I really appreciate it. And again, for your comments, please do let me know where you are watching from. Also, big shout out to our top friends and supporters on PayPal. You're really appreciated as well. That everybody's view is important to us, because everybody who is watching this right now has an opportunity to learn more about wild meerkat conservation. In the past, meerkats were not what we see from the Lion King with Timone and their companion Pumbaa. They were persecuted, shot at, poisoned. I'm not even joking when I tell you this. I wish I was. When I started studying them professionally, as a professionally qualified nature conservationist here in South Africa in 1993, in the Kalahari Desert, the closest we could get to meerkats back then was more than 300 meters away using Nikon spotting telescopes. The world-famous Meerkat Manor and all the animals you have seen or may have seen in one of the world's most popular soap operas ever in history is on my work from the Kalahari Desert that I began in 1993 with Cambridge University Large Animal Research Group, LARG, with Professor Tim Clutton-Brock and the Mammal Research Institute in Pretoria University, South Africa. The difference is this is live right now. It is not a post-edit. That's why you're hearing the soundtrack of the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve wildlife. Pied starlings, spree or bicolor flying around in the distance. Incidentally, please do Google any of the scientific names I mention. As a research wildlife biologist, there are dozens and dozens of common names per species. There's only one scientific per species. So, the suricate, the meerkat, the suricat, Suricati, erdmaennchen, erdman, stoksterk meerkat, Grytjie meerkat, groot meerkat, Arab. There are many languages, even the one I just mentioned now. However, this is Suricati, as the Italians like to call them, the Suricati. Suricates, Suricata, Suricata. You're watching a subspecies which is different to my other study site in the Kalahari Desert. There are currently 3 recognized subspecies. Although there's a lot of contention about this, I've worked with 2 of them since 1993. And I can tell you right now, this is the longest time that anybody on the planet has ever worked with wild meerkats. And that's where the nickname comes from. The Meerkat Man was given to me by the BBC originally. The work I have done as an interpreter of what is happening, like right now you're seeing a wildlife stream, of course, anything can happen. However, we're just watching the forecaster. Anything can happen. Perhaps we will see the babies popping up for the very first time in a moment. The rest of the group is sleeping late. It's nearly 6:30. A very warm welcome to everybody out there. It's the man behind the hand, author Grant Malcolm McIlrath, the Meerkat Man, the Mongoose Man. You may have seen my work with the BBC, National Geographic and Discovery Channel, but I can assure you, you have never seen this before. This is a wildlife stream right now of the world-famous Ungulungu meerkats. Yes, you may have seen them on the Super Bowl in my BMW Meerkats film with the Mongooses as well. BMW Unscripted Grant. You can Google search that if you'd like to follow it. 5 BMWs were chosen out of the entire world to represent unusual stories. And the BMWs that I have used were chosen for Africa. 4 other BMW drivers were also represented. You can check out this on my channel as well. Or you can go to any BMW website and find the series still. Look at those inbuilt sunglasses, as I like to call them. That's typical of a meerkat. The mask structure, which has led some people to call them bandits or gangs. In my Meerkats book from 2016, I call them cooperatives, because that's exactly what they are. They're one of the best examples on the planet of teamwork, and many people can learn more about them and better teamwork by looking at how meerkats actually guard and how they take care of their babies as a team. Thank you so much for your likes. I do appreciate that. I did notice you out there. Thank you again for watching. Let's zoom out slightly here. I'm on the tablet mobile data this morning. As I sit out here, I've been out here since 3:30 this morning. It's been a beautiful day in the reserve so far. For those of you who are wondering, no, this is not a zoo enclosure. You are not watching tame animals. This is live from my private reserve in South Africa. And it's the first of its kind of Meerkat magic moments at the moment. And no, you cannot go and visit them. This is an undisclosed location for the animals' protection. It is not open to the public. Except, of course, through this live stream right now. Hello out there. Welcome. Let's zoom in again. The weather forecaster. Thousands and thousands of people have visited me in the past. I did 9 years of very intensive ecotourism. People from around the world, if any of you are watching who have visited me in the past, a very big welcome to you especially. I do appreciate that. You may be wondering about the ongoing soap opera lives of the Ungulungu meerkats, and here we have the latest episode update. No, it's not Meerkat Manor. This is not a post-edited and unknown documentary. This is, of course, Meerkat Magic Moments live. It's incredible. I'd like to say A big shout out to you out there, Vodacom South Africa, because if it wasn't for your mobile data, I would not be able to live stream this so far away from our internet connection at the Meerkat Mansion research base. Just dropping a little NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, associative sound. That's Speranza Zukina, the dominant female of the Ungulungu Meerkat group here in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project, is very familiar with. You may wonder why there's some repetition in what I'm saying. That's because there are people coming in and watching from all over the world who may not have seen the start of this video stream. We've already been live here for 21 minutes. For those of you who have been here from the beginning, well done. You are getting first-hand experience of what it is like to, in fact, be a wildlife research biologist studying wild and free meerkats in South Africa. Yeah, you would not usually get to see the behind the scenes in science. I usually put up my short videos and other videos, long stream formats, sometimes only years after they were filmed. And I thought as a special treat, just before New Year's 2026 that we're going into for the world, let's show everybody what teamwork is really like. From the ultimate masters of teamwork, the undisputed masters, the world famous meerkats. All right. Dominant female weather forecaster is starting to get a bit hungry now. Oh, there was a little snack. Look at that right there. Maybe a little unfortunate ant, an ant larva even, that was scratched out briefly. Meerkats are constantly searching for food just beneath the ground, and sometimes under 2 meters beneath the ground. They have incredible senses of smell. Their olfactory senses are phenomenal. Of course, they have enormous noses, that you can see there. And you can see that very shiny reflection on her eyes. That's because those are like built-in sunglasses. They've got very dark brown eyes with a round pupil. Unlike Synictus penicillata, yellow mongoose from Mongoose Magic Moments. And you probably are familiar if you watch my work on the channel. Kulu, Lina Chenorentola from the Tsebokolori Yellow Mongoose group, followed since 2008. But of course, this is the Meerkat Magic Moment stream. Right, what happened now was the weather forecast just showing a bit of alarm towards some mouse birds, so named because of their very long tail feathers. That was Coleus coleus. We've got Coleus indicus as well. Still waiting for the weather forecaster to give the all clear for the babies to emerge. Could be any time now. I still don't have an exact number from yesterday for the first time I saw them. They would have been below ground for the last 2.5 weeks. They weigh about 18 to 22 grams. They're tiny. To put that in perspective, there we have another meerkat coming up. Could be one of the babies, so I'm going to be very quiet. Yes. Beautiful. Come on out. All right, what you're seeing is the second Ungulungu meerkat. After the weather forecaster has emerged. It's absolutely wonderful to see that motion above the ground as they decide whether it's safe enough to come up or not yet. Of course, I'm whispering right now because I don't want to disturb the newly born babies. I hope you can hear me. The babies don't know my calls yet. Let's see what happens. A very big welcome to you out there, friends. Thank you for joining me on this live stream this morning. This is Meerkat Magic Moments right now. An unedited wildlife documentary. You are seeing one of the newest emerged meerkats. The one at the front is far more relaxed because she has been up for longer. Maybe we will see the babies coming up soon if we are very, very lucky. They only came up for the very first time yesterday morning and yesterday afternoon. Thank you so much for your likes. I appreciate you out there. Please drop us a comment where you're watching from. Please do join the channel, subscribe, and share. Alright, I see the first baby, everyone. The first baby is coming up. How incredibly lucky you are to see this. It is the first time this baby has ever been filmed. There we go. Can you see the little head coming up? Look just across to the left. There we go. There we go. There's the little baby coming up. There. You are so lucky to be seeing this. You are seeing what I'm seeing for the first time here this morning. If you love meerkats, please drop a like and a sub and a comment on where you're watching from. I'm absolutely delighted to share this moment with you as the newest generation of the Ungulungu meerkats that I have been following since 2001 emerges. Hello world. Protected right now in an undisclosed location in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. The meerkat baby does not know me, of course. It's the first time it's coming up so far from the burrow. I was just mentioning the baby is only 2 weeks old at the most. The gestation of the dominant female, roughly 2.5 months, 10 to 11 weeks. I still don't have an exact number from yesterday how many babies there are. I have seen 3, but there could be more. Alright, as you can see, the weather forecaster is up. And our second meerkat has come up now. You can see the change in behavior. This is fantastic. Please do tell all your friends to join the stream right now because this is live. We're making history right now. Let's zoom out briefly. The good news is the baby is still coming out. They take their cues from the adults. There you can see the baby. Any disturbance at all, and the babies will dive below ground into safety immediately. Ah, that's fantastic. The weather forecaster is letting the rest of the group know it's safe to come out. They're completely relaxed, lying down, and yet ever vigilant. They are the hunted hunters, as I call them in my Meerkats book from 2016. Vigilance or sentinel behavior, the meerkat on guard with the baby. There's the baby, everybody. You're watching this live, Meerkat Magic Moments. The first time this baby has ever been filmed. A bit of foraging. And look, the baby's coming up. begging for food. Did you hear that? That was wonderful. That lets me know that the babies are almost weaned off their mother's milk. There's the second baby. How fantastic. Oh, you're so incredibly lucky to be seeing this, my friends. Please do subscribe. Please do share. Please do like. And consider joining the channel. Oh, look, 3 babies. 3 babies, 3 adults are up. Here they come. As you can see, the ones that are waking up later are doing what we call head bobbing. But the weather forecaster is relaxing everybody. Good morning, world. Hello, friends. You're watching wild meerkats directly from the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project, my private reserve, the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve in South Africa. You may have seen many of my meerkat films since 1993 with the BBC, the National Geographic Films Discovery Channel. Sir David Attenborough has worked on the meerkats in the Kalahari Desert that I worked with for 7 years. Simon King, Nigel Marvin, Nick Stringer, a big shout out to you. Richard Goss, all our friends and associates from around the world. I have to be incredibly careful the babies don't know me at all. They don't know my sounds, and that is why I'm not calling, and that is why I'm trying to just keep the bare minimum of sound. But the weather forecaster knows me very well and is relaxing everybody. That's the one on the left. Let's zoom out. Yes, we are not in the Kalahari, Dorothy. We're not in Kansas anymore. Yeah, a little film reference. This is Oudtshoorn, Western Cape of South Africa, and it is Meerkat Magic Moments. With myself, author, the Meerkat Man, the Meerkat Man, not a copycat or any imposters out there. I see you. This is the real deal. I have been studying meerkats professionally since 1993. You can read my scientific publications from any university or library around the world. Just Google search my name. You can read my book published in 2016 and find it in any university or library around the world. But right now we're watching a live stream here at an undisclosed location in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve. Also the home of the Shongololo team, my students that I sponsor at the Stone Dojo, Gym Martial Arts Dojo. Alright, the weather forecaster is relaxed beautifully now. For those of you who are watching this live stream, you're seeing what it's like over the last 34 minutes to get a taste of a window into the incredibly secretive world of the wild meerkat. These animals do not have radio transmitters. Biotrack, telonics from America, Britain. They have never been touched, fed, or handled by a human being. They're completely wild. They, however, know me since I've been following their family since 2001. Let's have a look around briefly. Again, I'm moving very slowly because the babies don't know me. Yes, I'm seated here right now. And yes, we are not in a zoo. Please do send a comment of where you're watching from. Appreciate that. Alright. forecaster is relaxing. The second one up is relaxing. And the babies are starting to relax. You're currently watching the world famous Ungu Lungu Meerkats. Meerkat magic moments. The babies don't know what I just did, that sound. The weather forecaster is letting them know not to be nervous. You can see how incredibly well camouflaged she is. And that is an example of how quickly meerkats will react to any sound that they are unfamiliar with. Here they're starting to come up again. If I had to move suddenly or make any loud sounds, the meerkats would disappear as if they were never here. And we may not see them again for many hours. You're watching an unedited wildlife documentary right now, behind the scenes in science. Let's zoom out again. It's very difficult filming with a tablet. I'm not sure if any of you have done that. It's a very large, cumbersome object. But it has a bigger antenna than the phone, and I'm using mobile data. This is not 5G, 4G, 3G, this is GPRS. Group packet radio signal for anyone out there who's been a bit of techno researcher. Right, the weather forecaster, for those of you who have seen it since the start of the stream 38 minutes ago, that is Zucchina Speranza. Oh, there the babies are up. Please do drop a like, subscribe, and a share. Share, 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 subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And please do consider joining the channel as a conservation supporter if you want to support my conservation and wildlife research. I have been protecting this particular meerkat group since 2001. 2008, I started studying Mongoose magic moments. The Tsabokolori yellow mongoose group, which you may well know from all the video streams. I just put up some live videos recently. That is the dominant male. The dominant male is being very protective over the babies and watching out for potential danger approaching. But the weather forecaster on the right is letting the babies know it's safe to come up. You're watching a live, unedited wildlife stream right now. Meerkat Magic Moments. Thank you to our fans out there, for anybody who's joining right now from Patreon and our PayPal. Thank you. You're watching wild meerkats in South Africa, not just any meerkats. These are the most famous meerkats in the world, from the Ungulungu meerkat group. These are truly wild meerkats. They've got to know me over 2.5 decades, since 2001. Thank you so much for your like. I see the like. I appreciate you, my friends. Thank you. Isn't it incredible that I can bring you this live stream all the way from the reserve right now? The man behind the hand, you're watching live streaming of wild meerkats. There we have the majestic World Heritage Site from UNESCO, the Great Black Mountain Range, Groot Swartberg. This is the little Karoo, the Klein Karoo. Yes, everybody out there who knows me, it is the Meerkat man, the Mongoose man. And no, you are not imagining this. This is a real live stream. This is not one of my previous edits from many years. This is happening right now, and you're part of it. And if you want to be remembered on this, please drop a comment. Let me know where you are from. I will keep your comments on the channel and on the video. Part of the first live stream. Welcome. No, these are not tame meerkats. You are not watching zoo meerkats. These are completely wild and free. And this is, of course, the world-famous Meerkat magic moments from the Ungulungu Meerkats. Welcome to all our newest viewers, and to those who have been watching for the last 41 minutes, 42 minutes of this live stream. Thank you so much for your support. Please do consider dropping a like and subscribing and sharing. Our conservation channel is nearly on 1.8 million views at the moment, thanks to the Puff at a video Naja Nivier, which went viral and hit 1.2 million views in a single day. It was incredible. And yes, we are now working with Google. In case you're wondering, Google is a sponsor of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project, the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve. Thank you, Google, and to all our supporters out there. All right, so far we have seen 3 of the adults, the dominant male and the dominant female. Dominant female on the left has been up since 6:30 already this morning. And yes, it is a beautiful Sunday. I hope everybody out there who may see this video or is watching it live is having a beautiful day, that you and your families are staying safe. And for anybody who has been celebrating the festive season, I hope you've had a wonderful season and a beautiful new year coming up ahead. Please do subscribe, follow the work. I will probably be doing a live stream of the world famous Mongoose magic moments after the Meerkat magic moments. You heard correctly. For those who don't know, I work with wild meerkats and mongooses. It's a very unfortunate and confusing plural in English. 1 mongoose, 2 mongooses. Yeah, please drop a comment if you're wondering about that. Let me know what you call them. Yeah, there's no mongoose and mongai. There are 36 plus species of mongooses in the world. Meerkats, many consider to be mongooses. However, mongooses are the closest living relatives of the meerkats. Genets and civets, Herpestidae, Viveridae, Paradoxurinae. A bit of science for those interested. Meerkats are very, very different to a typical mongoose. So let me drop a bit of anatomy science on our viewers. Thanks so much for that like out there. I appreciate you. And for those who have got my Meerkats book from 2016, we've got a big flock. Yeah, there they go. That's what the weather forecaster was looking at. That's a big flock of Sprio bicolor, over 20 of them. Sprio bicolor. You can Google it if you're interested to know more about the species. SPREO, new word, bicolor, BICOLOR. The pied starling. That's what you can hear in the background. There are a lot of them out and about this morning, and they've disturbed the babies. The babies have gone below. They are not familiar with these sounds. Of course, the pied starlings are part of what I call the neighborhood watch. You can read more about that in my book. But the neighborhood watch basically are all the different species that grow up in a neighborhood. that interact with each other. It's interspecies communication. You can see how Speranza, Zukina, Ungulungu, the dominant female, is looking around in the air. And her built-in sunglasses, as I like to call them, those dark eye masks, allow her to look directly into bright light, and the dark masks absorb the reflected light. Meerkats have incredible binocular vision. Right. There we see the babies are becoming a lot more relaxed. And they're even becoming more accustomed to my sounds. This is only the very first time they're hearing me talk in their very young lives. I can now confirm they are only 8 days old. And there are 4 babies. Everybody, look at that, 4. Okay, today is the first confirmation since yesterday when I saw them. They're actually 4 babies. Let's zoom in. 4 brand new Ungulungu Meerkats, and you're seeing them live right now. Please drop a like and a subscribe and a share if you're enjoying watching this live stream. Again, it's an unedited wildlife documentary. How incredible. We're making history right now, people. I can assure you, out of all the billions of people on planet Earth, this is the only live stream of wild meerkats right now. Guaranteed. In the distance, I can hear helmeted guinea fowl, Numida meligris, Numida Meleagris, if you'd like to Google that one. Numida meligris. The helmeted guinea fowl is also a member of the neighborhood watch. If they are disturbed by any predators in the area, they'll immediately fly up, making a very loud and distinctive call, which is not the one they've been making now. And that's why the meerkats are relaxed. Look at those little babies right now. So currently we have all 3 that have been up for the longest. The one is starting to scratch around, getting hungry. And we have 2 of the adults who have only come up recently, so they are still relaxing slowly. Thank you so much for your support, your likes, shares, and subscribes. It is greatly appreciated. Let's see how the babies react to the first NLP of their lives, neurolinguistic programming. You can see the dominant male knows that sound. He knows it's me, but he's letting the babies know that that sound is something they can trust. I have followed the Ungulungu Meerkat since 2001. If you're just tuning in now to this live stream, you're watching history being made. This is the only one of its kind right now on planet Earth. I can guarantee it. You're watching live meerkats on a live stream in South Africa in a private reserve, the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. A big shout out to Sir David Attenborough, Nigel Marvin, Simon King, Richard Goss, Nick Stringer, all those who have worked on our meerkats in the Kalahari Desert since 1993 with the BBC, National Geographic and Discovery Channel. This is, of course, Meerkat Magic Moments. To any who are joining now for the first time, the stream has been going on for 49 minutes. Whatever else is happening in the world right now, the weather forecasters just let the babies know there's potential danger, but it was simply a bird flying above very briefly, and she's looking around to check. Soon they will come up again. There we go. Second one popping up as if by magic. Hence the Meerkat moments there, babies. They're already there. Meerkats have over 36 unique sounds, everybody. I've recorded these since 1993. Yes. Speranza Zucchina, the dominant female weather forecaster who's been up for nearly an hour now, starting to look for some food and investigate the wildlife hotel. As soon as the weather forecaster has left, the babies have gone back below. It's dangerous for them to be out and about when they're so young, weighing in at maybe 22 grams only. Dominant female is getting into a position to guard. This is elevated guarding, raised guarding. And there you can see the weather forecaster is now going up on guard. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and shares, everybody. I do appreciate it. You're watching a live stream for those who are just joining the stream now. It's the true unedited wildlife documentary, the real deal. None of the post-edit where sound is added and effects. You're seeing it as I see it. Wildlife researcher, I've been out here since 3 o'clock this morning, waiting to bring you this live stream. The babies are no longer next to the weather forecaster, and they have gone below ground for now. Let's see what happens with the weather forecaster. Perhaps she will call them out again. The babies certainly became alarmed with all of the disturbance from these birds this morning. They don't usually come past this burrow at this time of the day. There are large numbers of them. The Sprea bicolor again, I have mentioned earlier. The pied starlings. All right, there you can see vigilance behavior right now. This is in fact an elevated guard. Meerkats can climb up on objects over 8 meters high. I have seen in the Kalahari Desert when they've gone up into the old acacia Erioloba, the camel thorn trees up there. They're brilliant at climbing up into trees and bushes, but they're very bad at climbing down and usually will fall from great heights from one branch to another, even getting caught in thorns on the way down. However, they may stay up on guard for 2 or 3 hours at a time, watching out for danger for the rest of the individuals in the group. So right now, Speranza Zucchina Ungulungu from the Ungulungu Meerkat group has been the weather forecast, and she's also watching out for possible danger. The rest of the group has returned below as babysitters to look after the babies. They could go for an entire day without any food while caring for the young. Meerkats are masters of teamwork and cooperative sociable breeding, where they help to raise the young together collectively for everybody's survival benefit. Now that the babies have gone back down to sleep with the babysitters, I can talk more easily and also call. And they're becoming more accustomed to my sounds as it is. They've heard them their entire lives since they were born here. This is a world famous call association I've been using since 1993, my friends. You may have heard it in my films with BBC, National Geographic, Discovery Channel. Professor Tim Clutton-Brock, shout out to you in Cambridge University, large animal research group in Britain, and everybody in the Kalahari Meerkat project, which I helped establish in the Kalahari Desert in 1993, before it became a reserve. Yeah, films from the Kalahari Desert. This is the darkest of the subspecies. You could not bring a subspecies from the Kalahari Desert into this area and expect it to survive. They're too light. They will not know what any of the predators and other dangers are in this area. And that is why it is absolutely critical to conserve different subspecies. I work with all of the animals and plant species on the planet. In preferring aquatic carnivores primarily, these are many of the sociable. As you can see at this wildlife hotel right now, this piece of real estate is worth countless millions. It cannot be replaced. I'm going to end the live stream for now. Until next time, friends. From author The Meerkat Man, the Mongoose Man, here in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve Conservation Project. Please do watch the live stream, share, subscribe, and drop a comment, please, or comments. Let me know more about yourself, where you're watching from. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day.